All right, yabba dabba doo, sports fans. Good Friday morning. I guess it's afternoon now. Good Friday afternoon from the Big Boy Arena north of Detroit. We're here for some Pittsburgh Penguins Elite 12U girls Attanucci hockey action as part of the Great Lakes Girls Festival here in frigid Detroit, where your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite 12U Attanucci's are going to take on the Etobicoke Dolphins. For those of you that aren't familiar with Etobicoke, it's a small community between Niagara Falls and Toronto up in Ontario. I'm not sure any Dolphins actually live there, but that's what they're called. So there they are. White uniforms, blue trim, blue helmets, blue pants. And your Pens Elite Attanucci's are in the black Snoop Dogs, as I like to call them. So we will get this game underway. We got 2.5 on the warm-up clock, and then we will get it underway. I'm going to raise up just a little bit here to give you a little more view of the ice. We're in a bit of an arena setting here. This is the biggest rink they have here at the Big Boy Arena Sports Complex. There's 4 sheets of ice here, so we've got a bit of an arena setup here for the game today. I will be back with you in about 2 minutes for the puck drop of this first game of the Great Lakes Girls Fest. All right, the Nucci's gather in front of the net there for their final words of encouragement to each other before we get started. The Dolphins are around their bench, tapping the sticks with their coaches, and we'll get this game underway. We've got, looks like Eric, Jason, and Michael on our bench for this trip here to Detroit as the girls skate over. We're going to get some final instruction from the coaches. We will play 13 minutes in this round-robin play of the Great Lakes Girls Fest. And we will get this game underway as Stevens, Clawherty, Makasenka come out with Zivkovic and McVeigh. And Howe is working on some piece of her goaltending equipment. Zivkovic's going to come out and help her. Looks like goaltender Howell's going to take the long skate to my left for this opening round game against the Etobicoke Dolphins from Canada. Zebra checks with Howe. We're ready to go. Clardy draws it back. Zivkovic over to McVeigh. McVeigh loses it. Stevens up the wall. Dolphins pick it up there on the blue line. Back to Zivkovic. Zivkovic skates it up. Sends it ahead. Too far for Clardy. Stevens picks it up, turns. Stevens backhands to Clardy. Clardy gains the top of the zone. Around two Dolphins players. In. Shot. Hit the pipe. Side of the net. In the corner. Makasenka knocks it down. Dolphins pick it up. Stevens. Stevens with a bouncing shot. Misses near side. In behind the net now. Puck around to the point. Zivkovic cheats up. Can't stop it. Here come the Dolphins. Makasenka chips at it. McVeigh's going to pick it up there. Clardy takes it off of McVeigh. In behind the net now. Here she comes all the way up. Up the near wall. Clardy still skating. Around everybody. Loses the puck below the end line. Tries to center, can't get it through, and goaltender's going to hold that one for a draw with 12:06. We'll come to the near circle. We'll get a change. Out comes the numerical line of Mrazek, Dixon, and Scarlatelli with Blinka and Bukovic back on the back end. Get this face off here in the near circle. It's a bit of a different angle for me. I don't need to swing as much because I'm further back, so bear with me. As Scarlatelli tries to center, it gets knocked down. They battle along the near wall, and here come the Dolphins. Blinka held it momentarily. Here comes Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli going wide around one, drops it for Mrazek. Mrazek sends it back into the corner. Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli around to the far side. Bukovic going to come over and hold the point. Bukovic is going to throw it towards the center from there. Got it into Mrazek. Mrazek to Dixon. Dixon can't get it through. Dixon backhands it. Scarlatelli's not there. Comes off her skates, and Blinka's going to hold it. Blinka's going to lose it at the blue line, and the Dolphins are going to send it back where Mrazek's going to pick it up. Send it down the far wall. And the Dolphins are going to pick it up there, send it back to center to Bukovic. Bukovic cross ice, off the wall, into the zone. Dolphins back. Blinka picks it up, loses it, and they're going to chase it down the far wall. One of these Dolphins has some speed. Blinka puts a shoulder into her. She centers. Bukovic clears it to the wall. Puck to the far wall. Centering pass. It's loose in front of the net. And the Dolphins and Bukovic were battling, and that puck went in, low left, as Bukovic was battling with a Dolphin in front of the net. And it went in low on the blocker side on goaltender Howe. And with 11:04 on the official clock, it is 1-0 Dolphins. So we're playing a bit of an odd number here. So we got Makasenka, Stevens, Clardy out now, with Warner and Betzler back on D. Makasenka crossed the red line, down into the corner. Makasenka still battling. Makasenka down, still battling. Puts it out to the point to Betzler. Betzler over to Warner, backhands it into the center, and the Dolphins pick it up. And they're going to get around Warner, and this is going to turn into a breakaway. Betzler's hurrying. They're going to get a shot off. Goaltender Howe covers it and drops it and gets her glove on it as the Dolphins come in whacking at it. And Howe holds firm, and with 10:38, we're going to get a draw in that far circle of our defensive zone. Clardy will step in and take it. And wait for Warner to get over there. I'll get the clock back in sync, and it now is, as Warner takes it behind the net, chips it along the wall. Warner coming up the near side. Loses it below me. Stevens picks it up. Stevens loses it. Back to Betzler. Betzler ahead for Stevens. Stevens picks it up far wall. Stevens tries to shoot, blocked. And it gets tipped high up into the netting. And we'll get a draw as we get a wholesale change. Shannon, Dixon, Scarlatelli with McVeigh and Zivkovic back on D. 10:16. Scarlatelli's going to step in. Scarlatelli draws it back to Zivkovic. Zivkovic shoots. Goalie throws that to the far corner. Dixon throws it in behind the net. Scarlatelli battling. Dolphins player falls down. They pick it up, send it around behind the net all the way to the near wall where McVeigh can't hold the point, and back it comes. Zivkovic. Zivkovic tries to put it ahead, turnover at the blue line. McVeigh races over against a player 14 times her size. That player puts it behind the net. Zivkovic picks it up there, sends it ahead. Scarlatelli can't handle it. Dolphins have it along the far wall. Shoot, miss, near side into the near corner. Dolphins hustle, beat Shannon to the puck. Taking it down into the corner. McVeigh battles with a player more appropriate for her size. Now Shannon up the near wall. Shannon too far for Scarlatelli. She can't catch up to it, and the Dolphins are going to pick it up. They knock it down. Dixon can't get there. Zivkovic skates in. They chip it right by her and out. And it's now McVeigh backhanding it. Oh, she turned it right over to a Dolphin. Dolphins around Scarlatelli, but they're going to be offsides with 9:19 to go. Claherty, Stevens, Makasenka. Bakovic and Blanco. Claherty steps in for this draw. Dolphins win it back. They dump it at the blue line, and Claherty's going to go pick it up. She's going to continue to overskate it, kicking at it, turns it over behind the net. Blanca ahead to Makasenka. Makasenka has Stevens streaking. Makasenka up the far side. She has Claherty on the far side. Makasenka gets free, shoots, and finds the top left corner of that net. Kylie Makasenka buries one, and it's now 1-1 with 8:56 to go, first period. So we got Robin Best in there. We've got, I see comments from Tina Mrazek. I see comments from Ryan Warner. Everybody's watching the girls this morning. It's tied 1-1. We're going to stick with Claherty, Stevens, and Makasenka. Stevens comes up the near side, dumps it on net. Goaltender's going to cover that up. And the referee reluctantly blows the whistle. And we'll get a face-off here in the near circle. I'm off 5 seconds. I'll get caught up here. The rink's showing 8:52. I think we had a clock malady on that last face-off. I'll get it caught up now. Stripes directed traffic as Shannon gets a face-off, pushes it into the far corner. And I am now back in line clockwise. That puck's loose in the zone. Shannon picks it up, can't do anything with it. She's going to center it. Goes off of Dixon's stick back to the point to Bakovic. Bakovic tried to knock it down to Dixon, couldn't. Mrazek chipped it into the far corner. Shannon sends it up to the point. They battle there, Dixon. Blanca knocks it down to Dixon. Dixon skates in with it. Turns, loses it. Shannon backhands towards the net. Goalie throws that into the near corner. Dolphins up the wall. Bakovic holds, chips it in deeper. Puck in behind the net now. Dixon's going to go battle with the Dolphins. She swipes at it, puts it over to the far corner. Dolphins pick it up, take it up the far wall. Centering pass dropped off. Mrazek turned and sent it back into the zone, but the Dolphins send it out. Now Bakovic picks it up. These teams appear to be fairly evenly matched. Shannon picks it up on a 2-on-2. Dixon trailing. Shannon can't get the shot off. Dolphins over on the far wall. Chip it up the wall. Mrazek with a deft backhand sends it down the wall. She picks it up. She has a little bit of room now. Mrazek shooting. Shannon couldn't get a tip on it as it bounced through the goal mouth and missed near side. That puck comes back to center. Warner cheats in, keeps it in. Shannon with some space. Shannon with a shot, fell down, and goalie's going to cover that up as Dixon ended up on top of Shannon in the near circle. And here comes Claherty, Stevens, and Makasenka for a face-off. Claherty comes out of there with it. They force it over to the near wall where the Dolphins are going to poke it by Betzler. The race is on, but not before we get an icing. So we will come back down here for Makasenka, Stevens, and Claherty. We're up to 23 viewers on a Friday afternoon. I'll take it. Claherty steps in. Claherty draws it back to Betzler. Betzler throws it. Claherty can't get a stick on it. Tendy knocked that down on the near side. They throw it up the wall. Makasenka kicks it. Dolphins send it. Stevens held it momentarily, but here it comes. Back to neutral ice where the Dolphins pick it up, come down the near wall. Makasenka steps in, backhands it, can't get it out. Makasenka still battling with a couple of Dolphins players there. Puck loose, here comes Claherty. Claherty chipped it, can't get by one player. Now she does. Down the near wall, angle is terrible. She's going to skate in, backhand. Claherty finds the bottom right side of the net on a nice sharp angle skate in, and it's now 2-1 Pens as Makasenka and Claherty have both picked one up. So I'm not sure. I see Jen Shannon here. It must mean Ryan's at home. I know sometimes Ryan puts this on for his class. So if Mr. Shannon's class is watching today. Welcome to Penn's Elite Girls 12U Attanucci Hockey as Scarlatelli pokes it forward. Shannon cuts it off at the blue line. They still have it there, and the Dolphins are going to poke it back. McVeigh picks it up. McVeigh dumps it in, but the Dolphins are going to pick that up, come back the other way. They send it down the wall. They battle in front of me, and here they come the other way, Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli with Shannon to her left. She's going to get pushed into the corner. She centered it beautiful for Mrazek. Mrazek couldn't handle the pass. It was wide open for her, and she just couldn't handle it, and here they come up the far wall. Dolphins and Zivkovic. That Dolphin centers it. McVeigh's going to cut that off, poke it in behind goaltender Howe, come up the near wall. She's going to throw it up that wall, but it's not going to get out. Scarlatelli and a Dolphin fall down. Puck does come back to neutral ice. They backhand it into the zone. 6:11 to go. They go down the near wall. Zivkovic can't reach it. She's going to poke it around behind the net. Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli picks it up there. She falls down. Centering pass, open in front. Backhand. Zivkovic knocked that down. McVeigh picks it up behind the net, throws it around in the near circle. Dolphins poke it in deeper. This time it comes out, and here comes Shannon. Shannon up the near wall, dancing around one player, loses the puck. The changes happening for both teams. Shannon's going to pick it up, throw it, bouncing behind the net. It's going to let at least some of the girls get out. Here comes Claherty and Stevens. Shannon's going to go to the bench to get Makasenka out. Bukovic has the puck at the point. They battle there. That gets Kylie into the play. Puck loose, top of the zone. Stevens pokes. Dolphins come back the other way. Down the near wall around Bukovic. Shot, missed, far side, over goaltender Howe's glove. Dolphins pick it up there. Makasenka chases. Stevens chases. Stevens pokes at it. Can't get it further ahead. They battle for it there. Stevens comes out of there with it. Stevens centered, cut off by a Dolphin. Claherty steps in, over Stevens' stick to the far side red line. Dolphins dump it deep. They were behind the red line, but they call no icing. Bukovic. Bukovic centers for Claherty. Claherty up the near wall. Bad angle again, in behind the net now. Stevens is open. Claherty gets it to her, but it's too late. Moment missed. Shot from the point by Blinka doesn't get through. Back to the point, Stevens holds it. Stevens picks it up. Bouncing puck, missed far side. Makasenka can't get a backhand on it near the net. Into the near corner, Claherty battles. Puck behind the net now, Makasenka. Stevens steps into battle. Claherty comes out of there with it. Sends it to Blinka at the point. She's got room. Blinka puts it on net. Makasenka down low for the tip in, and that's 2 for Kylie. And it's 3-1 Penn's Elite. And they found something with this line. It's only taken 90% of the season, and these three put 3 up so far. 2 for Makasenka, 1 for Claherty. And it's 3-1 Pens. As we get the face-off here, center ice. Warner over to Mrazek. Mrazek battling a player 17 times her size. Down the near wall, Scarlatelli. Back to Betzler. Betzler across to Warner. Warner gains the zone down the far side, still skating with it. Warner in deep. Mrazek covers her high. Scarlatelli in front of the net, covered. Warner still skating with it. Warner back to the point, loses it. Here come the Dolphins. Back through neutral ice, puck loose, Mrazek picked it up. Here comes Mrazek through center. She dumps it to the blue line, where they're going to have to go and battle, and the Dolphins send it back the other way. Betzler up to Mrazek. Mrazek over to Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli loses it among 3 Dolphins. Puck to the far corner. Dolphins behind the net now. Up the near wall. Betzler. Betzler throws it towards the net, misses far side. Into the far corner. Dixon battles. Now Scarlatelli comes out of there with it. Scarlatelli has Mrazek open. Decides not to pass. Backhand over the net. Mrazek's going to chase that down in the corner. Mrazek's going to send it in front of the net, cut off by a Dolphin. Puck loose back to the point, comes clear of everybody, and Betzler's going to chase this down. She's going to take it in behind the net. Reverse direction, nice move. Bring it up the near wall. Up for Claherty just on the ice. Claherty backhands for Dixon. Dixon overskates. Dixon dumps it. They wave off the icing as it goes in behind the net. And the Dolphins are going to pick it up there. Stevens came through there, and Stevens comes out of there with the puck. She puts it in front. Makasenka couldn't handle that one. And the puck is back to the point, back to Stevens. Stevens turning. She's got room. Stevens rips a shot. Goalie knocks that down with the blocker. Puck in behind the net now. Throw it back to the near circle. Dolphins coming up the near wall. Dolphins cross ice pass. Zivkovic stuck a stick out as she gets pulled down. No call. Stevens loses it. Makasenka chipped at it. Makasenka still chipped at it. Held it in at least momentarily. Dolphins send it back the other way. Claherty's going to chase this down. Come in front of goaltender Howe. Around Stevens. Claherty up the near wall. Still skating with it. Claherty up the near wall. Bad angle again. Comes in front. And Claherty finds some space there on the right-hand side. I didn't see much, but she found it on the backhand. And that's 2 for Claherty. And it's now 4-1 Pens. I didn't see a lot of space there, but Claherty found some on the glove side between the tender and the pipe. Just like that, it's 4 with 2 to go. Shannon knocks it on net, misses far side. Dixon battles for it. Dolphins come out of there with it. Dolphins up the far wall. Bukovic retreats. Bukovic turned over to a Dolphin, but they were offsides. So we'll go to the far dot in front of the Pens bench. Scarlatelli's going to step in with Shannon and looks like Dixon on the far wall. Blinka and Bukovic. As the Dolphins win that back, Shannon poked at it. Dolphins have it. Here they come. Down the far wall shot. Knocked down by Blinka. In behind the net, Bukovic. Bukovic reverses direction up the far wall. Doesn't get very far. There's a low spot back there where the Zamboni comes out. And Blinka tries to send it up. Centering pass. It's in front. Shannon's going to skate over and battle with a Dolphin. She's going to send it up the wall. Can't get it out. Centering pass comes through everybody. Blinka got it stuck in her skates or her feet. Centering pass again too far. Shannon picked it up and sent it ahead. Now it's a foot race, Dixon. The Dolphins player is going to beat her to it. She's going to turn, take it in around behind the net where Scarlatelli's going to pick it up. Scarlatelli chips it in deeper. In front for Dixon, couldn't put it in the net. 3 Dolphins there. Shannon whacks at it. They battle, and we're going to get a call. Looks like offsides. I don't know, we're going to get a penalty here. Oh no, maybe not. That's just Stripes picking up the puck in front of the scorekeeper box. So Claherty, Stevens, Makasenka, Betzler, and Warner as Claherty steps in for this draw, puts it over to Stevens. Stevens gets cross-checked right in front of Stripes by big number 67, and we get no call as they wave off the icing. Warner picks it up. Warner pushes. Puck loose. Claherty picks it up behind the net. Claherty coming up this near side. Claherty loses the puck at the line. Makasenka tried to pick it up, couldn't. Stevens has to wait for the zone to clear. Makasenka was trailing and she didn't get out. And we're down to 27 seconds as I didn't have the clock running that time. So Claherty will step in and take this one. 27 seconds to go, period number 1. 4-1 Pens. Apparently the Stripes are only operating with 1 puck today. Back to Makasenka, who lost it. Dolphins center ice. Put it off Warner's stick. Warner sends it up to Makasenka. She wasn't watching. Too far. They clear it back to center ice with 13 to go. They push it forward. Stevens chips in there. Dolphins pick it up. Betzler stops. Claherty comes out of there with it. 4 seconds to go. That's going to do it for the period as Claherty's going to throw it in deep. And that'll be the horn. So we played 1. 2 by Makasenka, 2 by Claherty. And it's 4-0 Pens. Or 4-1 Pens. All right, Phil, we appreciate the sentiment. Let's go Pens. Whoever Phil is, thanks for saying go Pens. Hal goes to my right. Scarlatelli, Mrazek, and Dixon come out, the numerical line here, and McVey, Zivkovic back to start number 2. Dolphins goalie skates to my left. 2 for Clardy, 2 for Makasenka, 4-1. Puck comes forward. They drop it into the zone. McVey's going to pick it up. McVey's going to send it back up ahead to Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli skating up the far side. Loses the puck back to McVey. McVey back to Zivkovic. She fumbles it. She chops it ahead. And the Dolphins are going to pick it up there and send it all the way down. And that will be an icing. So 12:35 to go. We'll come to the near circle here and pick up a face-off to the left on your screen, the right of the Dolphins goaltender. So we're going to stay with Scarlatelli, Mrazek, and Dixon. Scarlatelli drops it back to Zivkovic. Zivkovic shoots it right into the butt of a Dolphin. That puck goes rolling into the center, back to the point, and the Dolphins are going to skate it out. They come up the near wall, beating and banging. Dixon kicks it, goes into the zone, appeared offsides to me. They don't call it. Mrazek's going to pick that up. He's going to send it back to neutral. And Mrazek picked it up, can't get it out that time. Dolphins down the near wall. Dolphin has it in the center, misses to the near side of goaltender Howe into the corner. They throw it around the back of the net there where Scarlatelli's going to pick it up, take it around. Scarlatelli's going to come up the far side. She's going to go in behind Mrazek. They're hooking Scarlatelli, she's still skating with it. They're still hooking Scarlatelli, and she's still skating with it. She finally loses it in the circle. They battle along the wall. Now that girl kicked her. McVey from the point. Bouncing pucks, dropped off from Mrazek, couldn't get a stick on it. Zivkovic shoots, gets knocked down in front, and this time it trickles out at the near point as Zivkovic turns and whacks it back to center for Mrazek. Mrazek up the near wall. Mrazek across for Clardy, who has jumped on. And that puck's going to go back towards the Penguins bench where McVey's going to fall down. Mrazek's going to pick it up, send it the other way. But the Dolphins are going to be offsides as Dixon tumbled over a Dolphin as the whistle blew. So here comes Makasenka and, oh no, it looks like Shannon. So we've got Shannon and Stevens out here now with Clardy as they break up that top line. And we'll get a face-off on that far dot in front of the Dolphins bench. 11:20 to go second period, 4-1 Pens. Puck back the other way. Dolphins send it down the near wall. Blanco chase it down behind the net. Blanco backhands it around, right to a Dolphin. Puck through the goal mouth now, over to the near wall. Stevens tripped a little going over there to get it. As they continue to battle along the near wall, Blanco back to the point and out. Clardy overskates, and as the Dolphins send that in, they're going to be guilty of on offsides. So this is the Priority Waste Arena at Big Boy Arena. You look up Priority Waste, they're a Michigan trash hauling company. They are not highly regarded on Google in terms of reviews. Apparently they don't do a very good job picking up waste, despite the fact that their name is Priority Waste. Picking up your waste is not their priority. As the Dolphins skate into the top of the zone around Blanca, push the puck to the far wall. We haven't done commercials in a while, so I did one for them as Bukovic sends it around behind the net, back to the point. Get a shot there. Stevens knocks it down. Here she comes. Stevens ahead to Clardy. Nice pass. Clardy on a breakaway. This is for the Hattie. Clardy, top left side. That's 3 for her on a head pass from Stevens. And there's Clardy's hat trick as Aaron Barber throws a hat at me instead of on the ice. So that's 3 for Clardy. That makes it 5-1. One more and we get to a running clock situation and get to lunch a little earlier. Scarlatelli. Warner sends it ahead. Dixon up the near wall. Dixon shoots, misses far side. Scarlatelli. Mrazek shoots, knocks it down in front. Dixon can't bang the rebound home. They still battle for it. It's into the near corner now. Up to the point. Warner cheats in. It gets by her. And Betzler sends it back the other way. Warner battles in front of me. Dixon comes out of there with it. Dixon up the near wall, loses it, trying to get around, regains. Dixon, around the backside of the net, centered, nobody there. Dolphins cut that off. Here they come back the other way. Warner steps in and levels Mrazek. And the Dolphins are going to come across. Betzler blocked that shot. Got a penalty coming up here. Now we might get another one as goaltender Howe's going to cover that up. We'll see what they call here. Are they calling Warner for leveling Mrazek? I'm not sure what they're calling here. We got a slash. And it's going to be on Dixon. They could have called Warner for leveling Mrazek. But instead they called Dixon for slashing. So Dixon will go see Adam Betzler in the penalty box, and we'll be short. Shannon, Makasenka, Zivkovic, and it looks like McVeigh. As Zivkovic picks it up, tries to clear, can't. They hold it on the near point. Now down in behind the net, McVeigh's going to go chase it around. She sends it up the wall. Dolphins hold there. McVeigh will pick it up again. This time she's going to skate it. She'll get it up ahead to Makasenka. Makasenka down the far wall. Makasenka skates in with it, still has it. Makasenka shoots it shorthanded, and the goaltender catches that in the glove. With 1:11 left in the penalty to Dixon. We'll get a draw here in the near circle. So Nanny Mrazek says, go Elena and go Pens. More commentary. This is the most commentary we've had all season in this chat, as Makasenka puts a backhand shot on net shorthanded, and the Dolphins are having trouble getting it out on the power play. They send it ahead. McVeigh's going to go chop at it. McVeigh picks it up, sends it back out to neutral. Dolphins pick it up. Makasenka got a stick on that, but couldn't hold it, as Zivkovic's going to go pick it up. Zivkovic's going to chop it back to neutral. Dolphins send it back the other way, and they're going to be offsides. And they're going to bring it all the way back here to the far dot, since that's where the offsides originated from. Stevens and Claherty come out with Blinka and Bukovic to kill the remaining 44 seconds of this penalty. And I got the clock all screwed up here, as I'll get caught back up as Claherty picks it up back in our zone, takes it in behind the net. I'm 20 seconds ahead or so I'll keep an eye on it, get it back in sync as Claherty pushes it up the wall, drops it at red line. Stevens whacks at it. Dolphins player down well behind the play. Bukovic puts it up ahead. And the Dolphins have it at the top of their zone, and now I'm back in sync as Blinka's going to cut that off at the blue line, push it ahead too far for Stevens. 14 seconds in the penalty to Dixon. They send it back, and Claherty picked that up. Stevens needs to get out. She did. Claherty down the far side. Claherty drops it for Stevens, whacks a slap shot. Goalie didn't even see it. Hit the goalie right in the chest. She didn't even see it. It fell down in front of the net. Stevens on that one-timer. Goalie's like, what the hell was that? Dixon comes through with it. Bukovic chips it in. That goalie might still be stunned as Claherty picks it up. Claherty centers for Stevens, too far. Dolphins have it. That goalie might still be stunned after that slap shot. It just hit her right in the high chest area. She had no idea what it was. Puck in the near circle, near corner. Claherty backhands up the wall for Blinka. Blinka comes up the near wall now. Blinka skating with it. Gets around everybody. Blinka, missed to the far side. Rare breakaway attempt there for Blinka. As the puck comes to the point, Bukovic. Bukovic golfs it over to Stevens. Stevens rips a shot, missed near side. That goalie might still be stunned. She's like, where's that big 77? She tried to kill me. Here come the Dolphins the other way. Dolphins shoot high over goaltender Howe. Puck in behind the net now. Bukovic picks it up. Oh no, that's Scarlatelli. I saw the one in the long hair. It's Scarlatelli, not Bukovic. Puck loose, it came out. They didn't call the offsides. Blinka chips it out. 6:57 to go. Puck all the way down the other way as Shannon cut that off. Mrazek's going to step in and try to chip at it. Can't. Betzler held the point momentarily. Scarlatelli dances, lets Shannon get out. Here comes Scarlatelli up the near wall, drops it for Shannon. Shannon picks it up, dumps it behind the net for Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli has Mrazek open, can't get it to her. Puck up the far wall now. Back to Betzler. Betzler sends it in, and half the team was offsides on that one. 6:29. And that goalie's still standing there saying, what am I doing here? It hit her just below her, just below the bottom of her mask, high chest. And they're going to bring it back here. Stevens, Claherty, Makasenka out there. Claherty wins it over to Makasenka. Here she comes up the near side. Kylie Makasenka up the near wall. Puts a shoulder into one player. Stevens calls for it high. Makasenka can't get it to her. Goes all the way around Claherty. Claherty stops it. Stevens is going to step in and pick it up. She's going to throw it towards the net. Makasenka's there. Can't get a stick on it. She takes it to the corner. Makasenka's going to throw it in front. Claherty tipped it. They're going to send it up to the point. Betzler cut that off momentarily. And here come the Dolphins 2-on-2. Dolphins up the near wall. They're going to get a shot from there off. Howell's going to steer that to the near corner, where they're going to try to center it, and Warner knocked that down. Warner up the wall. Stevens picks it up there. Stevens surveying. Stevens to Claherty. Claherty dances around one, drops the puck. They're going to say she was offsides on herself. And with 5:42 in the second, we're going to get another change. 5-1 Peds. Hattie for Claherty. 2 for Makasenka. Numerical line, Mrazek, Dixon, Scarlatelli on the ice. Zivkovic and McVeigh back. Mrazek pokes it ahead. Over to the far wall, Scarlatelli battles for it. She picks it up, sends it down into Dixon. Dixon can't handle the pass. Dolphins send it back the other way, and McVeigh's going to chase that down top of the defensive zone. McVeigh's going to send that back the other way to Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli sent it up. Oh, she lost it and picked it back up as they tried to clear. Dropped up at the blue line. Scarlatelli held it momentarily. She gets knocked down. McVeigh picks it up top of the blue line. She's going to send it back out to neutral, ahead to Dixon too far. Back in, Zivkovic up to Mrazek, who loses it. Zivkovic up now for Scarlatelli, who touched it high, and we're going to get the whistle for that. Scarlatelli touched it with a high stick. And we're going to come all the way down here. So Claherty, Shannon, Makasenka, Zivkovic, and I can't see the far side if that's McVeigh over there. Claherty comes out of there with it to Zivkovic, who chips it to the end wall. That is McVeigh. Over to the far wall, Shannon. Shannon's going to pick it up, has Makasenka streaking, can't get it there. The Dolphins touch that one, so there's no icing as Makasenka's going to go down there. She centers it. Shannon picked it up. Shannon missed to the far side. Shannon was streaking. Kylie saw her. Puck off the back of the net into the far corner. Goaltender has no idea where it is. Back to the point, McVeigh. McVeigh sends it in deep. Dolphins pick it up there. Shannon fell down. Puck loose center ice. Center of the zone, rather. As the Dolphins pick it up, here they come. Claherty cut that off. Claherty up the near wall. Chips at it. Claherty elbowing. 2 players fall down. Shannon. Puck still loose. Claherty doesn't have her stick. There was a Dolphin on top of it. Shannon with the backhand in front of the net. Over to the far point, McVeigh. Dolphins come back 3-on-3. Cross ice pass. They get held up at the line. They dump it in now as they lost their momentum. And it goes in behind the net where Zivkovic's going to pick it up. She can't clear it. Turns it over to a Dolphin at the point. Shot there. Gets through everybody. Goes to the far side as McVeigh was tangled up with the Dolphin in front of the net. Puck behind the net now. Dolphins get there first. They center it. Goes off the side of the net. Puck behind the net again. They try to center. Claherty momentarily lifted the stick. It's centered. It's in front. They scramble. And Howe gets the paw on top of it with 3:38. Second period. So Ryan Shannon has confirmed the whole class is indeed watching. So hello to Mr. Shannon's class. Nothing like a little Nucci action on a Friday. It's better than whatever he was going to teach you anyway. Shot from the point, missed far side. They blocked that shot there as Blinka sends it out. Dolphins have to regroup, and they chose not to do that. And instead, they get an offsides. So the numerical line of Mrazek, Dixon, Scarlatelli out here with Blinka and Bukovic as they take that draw. Drop it to the point. Dolphins send it in deeper. In behind the net, Dolphins are going to win that foot race. Centering pass cut off by Bukovic. Momentum the other way, 3 Dolphins trapped. Net guard on the ice. Bukovic sends it in. Misses the mouth of the goal over to the near side where Dixon picks it up. Dixon centers. Scarlatelli overskated. Mrazek has to chase it down. She chips it down deeper. Mrazek comes out of there with it. She throws it in front. Dixon missed the net far side. Or near side, rather. Puck up the near wall. Backhand by a Dolphin, ahead to another Dolphin. Game appears to be in slow motion for them right now. They chip it around Bukovich, but it goes to the end wall. 2 Dolphins there. They center. It's loose in front. Still loose. Puck still loose in front. Backhand. Dolphin has it in front. Goaltender Howe with another save. And Blinka sends it to the near wall, where Dixon picks it up and comes the other way. 2:35. Dixon with Scarlatelli. Dixon loses it at the blue line. Dolphins turn. They can't clear. Goes down into the corner. Scarlatelli picks it up. She skates in behind the net. She tries to wrap around. Throws it through the goal mouth. Dolphins almost put it in front of their own net. Betzler knocked it down. Held it. Mrazek came across her. Betzler still held it. Betzler throws it in deeper. Scarlatelli's going to go pick it up behind the net. Scarlatelli throws it through the goal mouth. Nobody there. Puck loose. Warner. Warner plows a kid. She picks it up. Shoots a girl in the armpit from the Dolphins. Now in behind the net as Stevens and Claherty are out here now with Scarlatelli. Puck loose in front of the net. Claherty with the backhand. And the goaltender's going to catch that in her glove, and we're going to get a draw in the near circle. Stevens, Claherty, and Shannon with Warner and Betzler back. Stevens in the snipe spot. This time Claherty actually tried to put it over there, couldn't get it there. Puck comes loose out to the point. Warner picks it up. She's going to battle with a Dolphin in front of me. They battle hard, and Shannon comes out of there with it. Shannon loses the puck. They continue to battle. Puck drifts in. Now comes back. Stevens battling. Puts a shoulder, knocks that girl down. No call. I don't know what was going on there, but Stevens got mad and knocked that girl down. We'll keep an eye on that. Puck in the far corner. Gets by Stevens, back to the point. Betzler holds. Betzler fans. Stevens comes through there, can't pick it up. And Warner's going to pick that up, send it back the other way. Dolphins push it down the far wall. Betzler. Betzler will take it in behind the net. Betzler around the wall. Dolphins pick it up there. Stevens picks it up. Stevens golfs it ahead, and it gets by everybody. Claherty's going to try to chase it down, but the Dolphins beat her to it. That's too many men on the ice on the Dolphins, if they're going to call it. She stepped out and touched the puck. So this should be too many, unless they're just going to leave it as an offsides. But they're not. They're going to call the too many men on the ice. So we'll bring it back down here for the numerical line of Mrazek, Dixon, Scarlatelli. McVeigh and Zivkovic back. Scarlatelli steps in, 55.8 to go in the period. As that puck drifts along the wall. Mrazek throws it in behind the net. Up the wall, past Zivkovic. Dixon chipped it in deeper. Dixon with the backhand, goaltender with the save. Dixon picks it up behind the net, throws it in front, off the side of the net now. Goaltender's going to cover that one with 38.9 on the clock. We'll come to the near circle. Scarlatelli, Mrazek, Dixon. Zivkovic and McVeigh. As the Dolphins win that one back. They take it in behind the net, into the corner, Dixon. Dixon throws it in front of the net. Back to the point, McVeigh. McVeigh over to Zivkovic. Zivkovic with a bouncing shot, knocked to the corner by the tender. Over to Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli back to McVeigh. McVeigh over to Zivkovic. She chipped it to a Dolphin. And they're going to clear it past McVeigh all the way down. They wave off the icing with 16 to go. Zivkovic will pick it up behind the net, reverse direction. She chips it up the wall. She's going to skate it now, back into the center of the zone with 7 to go. I'm going to come up the near side. She's going to take a shot, bouncing puck. Goaltender knocks that to the far side, and that'll be the second period. So we played 2 on 3 by Claherty, 2 by Makasenka. It is 5-1 Pens. I'll be back for number 3. All right, Pens are going to skate out for period number 3. We're still going to be on the power play here. 25 seconds in the too many men penalty. As looks like we're going to come out with Stevens, Claherty, and Makasenka, with Bukovic and Blinka back on D. As Claherty pokes it over to Stevens. Stevens up the far side, bouncing puck in behind the net to the end line, where the Dolphins are going to pick it up, send it around the wall for Blinka. Blinka's going to throw it in deeper, try to get it to Makasenka, puck in behind the net. Now Dolphins near corner. Dolphins can't get it by Makasenka. She comes out of there with it. Oh, try to drop it to a streaking Claherty, couldn't do it. Blinka dives to hold it, but all that's going to do is let him get by her. And down the far wall as Stevens gets back, bouncing puck. Howe sends that to the far side. Got stuck in the Zamboni exit as Bukovic put it ahead to Stevens. Stevens up the near wall. Stevens to Claherty. Claherty coming through. He's got 4 Dolphins there. She still skates. Nice pass to Makasenka, who couldn't quite get a handle on it. Puck up the near wall. And Bukovic is going to hold that point. Bukovic tries to throw it towards the net, blocked by Dolphin. That puck came back out, and they get around Blinka. Now Claherty back. Claherty backhands it. The Dolphins pick it up just inside the red line, dump it down the blue line where Blinka sends it back out. Dolphins try to send it back in. It gets caught in their own player, Makasenka. Stevens and Claherty run into each other. Nobody falls down. Makasenka gets free of everybody. Makasenka with the backhand, and there's the hat trick for Kylie. So Kylie picks up 3. Aaron throws the hat. There it went across the camera again. And that's a hat trick for Makasenka and Claherty. And that's 6-1. And that should activate the running clock at this point. We'll see if they do on this faceoff. That should activate the running clock as Stripes drops it with a 5-goal differential. That should do it. Dixon knocks it in. We'll see at the next whistle. I believe Pip is 5 on the running clock. That'll get us to lunch early. Puck into the corner. Dolphins throw it. Mrazek knocks it down. Dolphins pick it up there. Comes back, and this player has some room. Betzler's going to need to hurry. Betzler does hurry, and that player knocks it into the corner. As Betzler chips it back the other way. Shannon up ahead, can't get it to Dixon. They hold it. Betzler cuts it off again. Dolphins have it, drop it. Dolphins in the center. Dolphins player in front of the net, can't knock it in. Oh, Mrazek sent it into the center of the net. Dolphins couldn't connect, and Shannon has it on the near wall. Shannon loses it on the wall. Dolphins send it in behind goaltender Howe. Warner comes in and takes it away from that player, sends it back to the point, and it's loose, and here comes Dixon. Dixon on a breakaway. Tendy way out. Dixon shoots, misses the net. Into the near corner. Tendy was way out on that one. As the Dolphins are starting to get a little frustrated here. We'll have to keep an eye on this. They pick it up behind the net off of Mrazek, and here they come up the near side. That passed too far. McVeigh's going to pick it up, send it back the other way for Shannon. Shannon backhands it into the zone. Dixon can't reach it. They send it out past Shannon, back to the neutral ice where McVeigh has to wait for Dixon. She does. McVeigh comes down the near side, throws it off a Dolphin into the corner. Dolphins send it up the wall. Shannon holds, at least momentarily, in the center to Dixon. Dixon drops it to Shannon. Shannon, bad angle, leaves it. Mrazek gets a stick on it, can't put it in the net. Centering pass, Shannon falls down. Zivkovic cheated way in, and McVeigh thankfully stood up that player as the Dolphins send it back the other way. Zivkovic picks it up, sends it around the backside, where Mrazek's going to pick it up on the near wall. Mrazek tried to put it ahead to Shannon, turned it over. Dixon picked it up. Now Shannon. Shannon knocked it in. Dixon looked to be offsides. They didn't call it. In behind the net now, where Shannon got a stick on it. Dixon turns. Dixon shoots off the goaltender. Puck back to the point. McVeigh holds, at least momentarily, and here come the Dolphins the other way as McVeigh takes on a player 17 times her size. Claherty picks it up. Here comes Stevens and Makasenka. Claherty around the back. That Dolphins player whips it around to the far wall where they're going to hold the point. Stevens picked it up. Here she comes. Stevens up the near side. Stevens skating with the puck. Stevens wants to rip it. Stevens over the net. She's trying too hard, Mom. Dropped it off low. Makasenka along the wall. Stevens can't get a stick down. Back to neutral ice. Bukovic should chase this down. Bukovic in behind Howe. Tight. Up to Makasenka. Back to neutral ice. The Dolphins send it in, and half their team was offsides, and it is, in fact, a running clock. It's 5 or 6 seconds ahead of me with no way to fix it. We'll come back to neutral ice with 8:33 to go. Claherty, Stevens, Makasenka, Bukovic, Blinka. This line's put up 6. Hat tricks for both Makasenka and Claherty. As Claherty takes the draw, Dolphins win that back. Makasenka picks it up. She goes down the far wall. She shoots into the near corner. They come over here to the wall. Claherty puts a shoulder into that player, separates her from the puck, pucking behind the net now. Makasenka can't get a stick down. Stevens picks it up near side, dances around one player. Stevens gets a shot off, misses far side, near side rather, to the point where Bukovic tries to hold, can't. Stevens whacked it in, and apparently it never came out. Makasenka battles low. They send it to the far point. The momentum had shifted the other way. Blinka picks it up. Blinka sends it in deeper. Bukovic will go chase that down, but not before a Dolphin picked it up. Here comes Claherty. Claherty up the far wall. Claherty streaking. She's got Stevens trailing. Claherty gets in, loses the puck, falls down. As they chip that puck past Stevens, Blinka holds. They throw it in deep. Stevens picks it off tight. Stevens with the goal, low left side. So she hits a tally on the line now, and that's 7-1. Hat trick Makasenka, hat trick Claherty, and now Stevens gets one. So all three members of that line tallying in this first game against the Etobicoke Dolphins, and it's 7-1. I'm 5 seconds behind, no way to fix it. Running clock situation due to the differential. As Scarlatelli chipped it over to Shannon. Shannon chipped it in. Turnover, Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli knocks it in deeper. It's loose in front. They continue to battle for it. Scarlatelli. Scarlatelli sends it to Betzler at the point. Betzler shoots. Knocked down by the goalie. Dolphins have it. Send it over to the corner, Shannon. Shannon sends it back to the point to Warner. Warner's going to shoot from there, knocked down by a Dolphin. They send it out. Back to neutral ice where Mrazek's going to pick it up, send it back the other way. Scarlatelli picks it up. Now Shannon comes back to neutral ice. Mrazek's battling. Betzler picks it up. Betzler can't get it through. Mrazek picked it up. Mrazek to Betzler. Betzler chips it across the red line. The Dolphins come the other way. Warner. Dolphins send it in deeper. Betzler. Betzler up the ice. They center it. Warner cuts that off. Warner comes behind the net with it. She's going to come up the near wall. Colleen Warner. Up the near wall. Still up the near wall. Chips it in deeper. She's going to chase it down herself. She comes behind the net now. She loses it as she comes around the backside of the net. And Mrazek's going to pick it up there. Mrazek, nice job covering Warner. Turns it over at the red line. Centering pass cut off by Warner. He knocks it down, chips it the other way ahead for Scarlatelli, who can't handle it. Warner this time dumps it into the corner, and they're going to call it offsides. I didn't see it. They're down to 5:22. Running clock. This will burn 15, 20 seconds as they catch the puck, bring it back to stripes here at center ice. For some reason, both of these stripes don't have a puck as Stevens, Makasenka, and Claherty come back out. 5:05. Claherty takes the draw. Dolphins win that. Claherty chips at it. Now Makasenka. Makasenka knocks it into the zone. Stevens chases it. Puts a shoulder into that player. Gets around the backside. Back to the point, McVeigh. McVeigh shoots outside of Stevens' reach as it was tipped by a Dolphin. That puck comes back to neutral ice. Zivkovic and a Dolphin play with it. Zivkovic chips it ahead. Dolphins pick it up. Past everybody. It'll go all the way down. They wave off the icing as it hit a gaggle of players on its way through McVeigh. 4:30 to go. McVeigh overskates. Dolphins have it behind the net. McVeigh recovers. Pokes it. Dolphins still have behind the net. Poke, poke, poke. And they're going to give the Dolphins a goal there. Howe never went down. And they kept poking at it. And they put it past her. And the Dolphins are celebrating like they won the Stanley Cup. So with 4:04 on a running clock, it'll continue to run because the differential is still 5. So that clock will continue to run. It's 7-2. Claherty steps in. Claherty back to Makasenka. Makasenka turns. Just to regroup back in our defensive zone. Makasenka comes around this Dolphins. Oh, loses the handle. Tries to send it ahead to Clardy. Can't. Dolphins come the other way. They get around McVeigh into the corner. Centering pass cut off by McVeigh. She shakes off that ankle. Another centering pass, McVeigh. McVeigh's gotten whacked twice this shift. Puck loose in front. Stevens pokes it out of there. Clardy gets clobbered. Puck back loose to center ice. Makasenka chips it in. Clardy picks it up, has to wait. Over to Stevens. Stevens can't handle it. 3:16 to go. 7-2. Down the far side. That goal's giving these Dolphins a little bit of life as Zivkovic knocks two players down. Battles for the puck. Here comes Makasenka. Makasenka back to center. Clardy overskates, and the Dolphins are going to send it in, but they're going to be offsides with 3 minutes even to go. The numerical line, Mrazek, Dixon, and Scarlatelli comes out with Bukovic and Blinka. Stevens cheers as she goes to the bench. Face off center ice, 2:40 to go, running clock. And Blinka came out of there with it, back to Mrazek. Mrazek turns. She sends it ahead. Dolphins have it along the wall. They send it back the other way. Blinka's going to pick that up. Blinka's going to chip it by that Dolphin back to center ice for Dixon. Dixon up the wall. Can't quite control it. Skates back. They battle for it. It comes by Blinka. Mrazek picks it up. Mrazek puts it to Dixon. Dixon tried to center for Scarlatelli. Couldn't. Scarlatelli backhands on net. Tendy's going to cover that one. And with 2:03 to go, running clock, we'll get a face-off in the far circle. So that top line put them all in. Hatties for Makasenka and Clardy, one for Stevens. 7-2, minute 45, running clock. Scarlatelli bangs at it. Puck loose in front, Dolphins pick it up. Back to the point, comes by Bukovic, and they're off to the races. 267s, one of them 17 times the size of the other one. Centering pass, couldn't do anything with it. Centers it again. Goaltender Howe is flailing. Dixon has it. A big 67 pushes her off of it. Now Blinka has it. I think big 67 for the Dolphins is getting frustrated. Keep an eye on it. They send it in. They're offsides with a minute 13 to go. Here comes Stevens, Clardy, and Makasenka again. For a minute 5. With a running clock, this may be the line that finishes the game. They chop at it. Stevens backhands it back to center. Comes all the way down. 55-0 to go. Dolphins pick it up. Makasenka pokes at it. Stevens pokes at it. Clardy picks it up. Can't do anything with it as they get tied up and fall down. Tendy's going to cover it. With 39 to go, this will probably just about do it by the time they get set for the face-off with a running clock. Stripes talking to Clardy. And can only imagine that conversation as she was just tied up with another girl there. 20 seconds to go. Over to the corner. Makasenka battling for it up the wall. Back to the point. Warner can't hold it, but she slowed that player down. Stevens turns. Stevens has the puck. Stevens rips a shot. Goaltender gloves that one. And with 3 seconds to go on a running clock, that's going to do it. Pens will come out and greet goaltender Howe. I'll bring you the handshake action, and game 1 of the Great Lakes Girls Fest is in the books. And your Pens Elite 12U Attanucci's defeat the Etobicoke Dolphins by a score of 7-2 as Dixon and McVeigh race for the faceoff. Dolphins are tapping sticks. Here's the handshake action. We'll get over the YouTube delay, and we will be back in action tomorrow in the morning. No more Attanucci action today. So as always, thanks for watching. One of our biggest audiences of the season. And we'll be back in action tomorrow morning. Have a good rest of your Friday.